In the ever-shifting landscape of global geopolitics, certain moves have the power to upend the status quo and threaten to rewrite the rules entirely. These are not just minor adjustments, but seismic shifts that can alter the balance of power for decades to come. China's ambitious $50 billion proposal for a canal across Thailand's Kra Isthmus is one such move. An audacious plan that has captured the world's attention and sparked intense debate among policymakers and strategists. This isn't just another infrastructure project. It's a bold statement of intent, signaling a future where China could bypass Western-dominated trade routes and assert greater control over the flow of global commerce. The proposed canal would directly challenge the strategic choke points that have controlled global commerce for over a century, especially the vital Strait of Malacca, through which a significant portion of the world's trade and energy supplies currently pass. For China, the Kra Canal represents a strategic bypass, one that could secure its economic destiny, reduce its vulnerability to blockades, and project influence across the entire Southeast Asian region. It's envisioned as a centerpiece of the Belt and Road Initiative, physically manifesting China's ambition to reshape the world order and create new pathways for trade, investment, and political influence. The canal also challenges the post-World War II consensus, where the U.S. Navy has long secured global sea lanes, ensuring the free flow of goods and maintaining a balance of power favorable to the West. As of November 2025, the project is no longer a distant fantasy, but a real possibility, with construction activity ramping up and global implications becoming ever more apparent. The world is watching closely as China positions itself not just as a participant, but as an architect of the new global system, one where the rules, routes, and centers of power may be fundamentally transformed for generations to come. The Kra Canal, also known as the Thai Canal, is an ambitious proposal to carve a direct waterway across the narrowest part of the Malay Peninsula. This engineering marvel would effectively split the land bridge that connects mainland Southeast Asia to Malaysia, creating a new strategic passage for global shipping. By doing so, it would establish a vital maritime shortcut between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, dramatically reducing travel time for ships and bypassing thousands of kilometers of open sea. At present, nearly all vessels must navigate the heavily congested Strait of Malacca, a narrow passage that serves as a choke point for over 80% of China's oil imports and a significant portion of its overall trade. This bottleneck is not only crowded, but also vulnerable to piracy and potential blockades. For China, the Kra Canal would serve as a crucial insurance policy, reducing its dependence on the Malacca Strait and lowering its exposure to maritime threats. It would help secure China's vital trade lifelines and energy supplies, ensuring smoother and safer passage for its goods. Although the concept of a canal here dates back centuries, it is only in recent years that China has possessed both the financial resources and the political determination to turn this vision into reality. Supported by powerful Chinese state-owned enterprises, the Kra Canal is now envisioned as a pivotal link in the 21st century maritime Silk Road, a grand strategy to connect China with global markets. The ambitious plan also includes the development of a massive special economic zone, state-of-the-art deep-sea ports, and sprawling industrial parks along the canal's route, all designed to transform southern Thailand into a thriving regional commerce hub, attracting investment, jobs, and new industries. For Thailand, this project represents a rare opportunity for economic transformation and modernization, potentially lifting entire communities and regions. For China, it's a strategic masterstroke, one that could reshape the Indo-Pacific balance of power, giving Beijing greater influence over regional trade and security. If completed, the Kra Canal would fundamentally alter the economic and military calculus of Southeast Asia, shifting trade routes, alliances, and the very dynamics of power in the region. The Kra Canal's scale is staggering: 135 kilometers long, 450 meters wide, and 25 meters deep, dwarfing the Panama and Suez Canals. The $50 billion price tag rivals the annual defense budgets of major nations, underscoring its strategic importance. Chinese firms have completed feasibility studies and are ready to mobilize resources, with financing likely from a consortium of Chinese banks and investors. The terrain is challenging, requiring advanced excavation, lock systems, and the relocation of entire communities. The canal would shorten shipping routes by over 200 kilometers, saving 2 to 3 days per voyage. For the global shipping industry, this means significant cost savings, up to 15% per trip for large vessels. These efficiencies are the driving force behind China's massive investment. The project promises to reshape global trade logistics for decades to come. The Cra Canal aspires to join the ranks of the Suez and Panama Canals, two of the world's most iconic and strategically vital waterways. Yet, its context and ambitions are unique, shaped by the modern era's shifting economic and geopolitical landscape. While the Suez and Panama Canals transformed global trade in their time, the Cra Canal seeks to address today's challenges and opportunities. Unlike Suez and Panama, which created entirely new passages between oceans, the Cra Canal offers a crucial alternative to the heavily congested Malacca Strait, a maritime bottleneck that currently handles nearly a quarter of the world's traded goods. By providing a shortcut, it could dramatically reshape shipping patterns in Asia and beyond. Designed for 21st century supertankers and massive container ships, the Cra Canal would be both longer and wider than its predecessors, likely featuring a hybrid lock system to accommodate the largest vessels afloat. This modern engineering approach aims to future-proof the canal for decades to come. While the Suez and Panama Canals serve a broad spectrum of global interests, the Cra Canal's primary beneficiary is China. This makes it not just a commercial venture, but a deeply geopolitical project, reflecting China's growing influence and strategic ambitions in the region. Projections suggest the Cra Canal could divert up to 30% of Malacca's shipping traffic, instantly elevating it to one of the world's most critical and busiest waterways. This shift would have ripple effects across global trade networks, impacting ports, shipping companies, and even national economies. The canal's ultimate success, however, will depend on its ability to offer a clear economic advantage, saving time, reducing shipping costs, and enhancing security for vessels. If these benefits are realized, the Cra Canal could become the preferred route for countless ships each year. Unlike the colonial rivalries and imperial ambitions that shaped the Suez and Panama Canals, the Cra Canal is a product of 21st century competition, most notably between China and the United States. It's a new chapter in the ongoing struggle for influence over global trade routes. Its construction would not only transform shipping, but also establish a new sphere of Chinese influence in Southeast Asia, strengthening economic and political ties with neighboring countries and shifting the regional balance of power. In this sense, the Cra Canal is more than just an engineering marvel. It's a modern weapon in the ongoing struggle for global power, with the potential to reshape the world's maritime landscape for generations to come. The Cra Canal would redraw the map of global trade, offering a new route that could eclipse the Strait of Malacca. Shipping routes from the Middle East to East Asia would be recalculated, forcing the logistics industry to adapt. For China, the canal means faster, cheaper energy imports and exports, enhancing its economic security and competitiveness. Japan and South Korea would also benefit from shorter, safer routes, while India and other Indian Ocean nations could access new trade links. However, Singapore and Malaysia, long reliant on Malacca traffic, face economic threats as ships divert to the new canal. Singapore's status as a global port hub could be undermined, creating anxiety across the region. The canal would create new winners and losers, shifting the fortunes of entire nations. A single infrastructure project could upend decades of established trade patterns. The Cra Canal's economic impact would ripple worldwide, affecting even distant powers like the United States. By making Asian exports to Europe and the Middle East cheaper, the canal could disadvantage American producers in key markets. Strategically, the canal would exist outside the U.S. Navy's traditional sphere, giving China greater influence over a vital corridor. For Thailand, the canal promises jobs and economic transformation, but at the cost of increased dependence on China. European and Middle Eastern nations would benefit from faster trade, while Indonesia and the Philippines could lose strategic importance. The canal is a gravitational force, pulling the world's trade map into a new alignment. Every winner comes with a potential loser, reshaping global economic relationships. The Cra Canal is more than a ditch, it's a catalyst for a new economic order. Politically, the Cra Canal faces daunting obstacles, both within Thailand and across the region. In Thailand, the project is divisive, promising development but risking internal division and displacement. Environmentalists, local communities, and political factions raise concerns about its impact and the risk of deepening regional divides. ASEAN is split. Singapore and Malaysia fear economic loss, while Cambodia and Laos, aligned with China, support the project. The canal could fracture ASEAN unity, giving China more leverage in Southeast Asia. For the US, the canal is a strategic threat, prompting diplomatic pressure on Thailand to reconsider. Thailand must balance Beijing's economic promises against Washington's security assurances. The decision to proceed is a high-stakes gamble, with the project's fate still uncertain as of late 2025. The Kra Canal's environmental and social costs are immense. Construction would destroy rainforests, wetlands, and habitats for endangered species, causing irreversible ecological damage. Dredging would threaten marine life, risk invasive species, and increase pollution in the Gulf of Thailand and Andaman Sea. Thousands of people would be displaced, losing homes and livelihoods, with compensation rarely matching the loss. Environmental and human rights groups warn that the true costs have not been fully accounted for. For many, the canal's economic gains cannot justify the permanent scars it would leave. The Kra Canal is more than an infrastructure project. It's a potential pivot point for global commerce and power. It could solve China's Malacca dilemma, lower shipping costs, and shift the world's economic center of gravity. Yet, the challenges are immense. Economic winners and losers, political divisions, and environmental risks. The canal's fate hangs in the balance, representing a collision of ambition, anxiety, and power politics. Its realization would mark the dawn of the Asian century. Its failure, a lesson in the limits of ambition. The Kra Canal forces us to ask, will massive infrastructure projects define the new global order? The answer may be written in the earth of southern Thailand.